Well, guys, it's with little surprise that a new little wrinkle has happened in banking, and I want to forewarn all of you, especially you business owners that are counting on cashing checks or moving checks and that sort of thing. Um, as y'all know, I had Wells Fargo shut down. What was it? Three of my bank accounts plus Chase's bank account plus Chase's credit card. So our love affair, 7 year love affair, officially ends today as the last official day. And I had a check for a roughly about $3,000. And obviously, since they're closing my account down, and anytime you deposit a check, they hold part of it for a day, I won't have an account tomorrow. So I went in there and I said, I want to cash this check. Now, this check is also drawn on Wells Fargo. Herein is the rub. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys, well, several of you guys are day laborers or just, work hand to mouth kind of guys that you get paid from your boss or you're self-employed or whatever. Somebody writes you a check, you take it to their bank, you cash it, you get cash, right? Right? Wrong. So here's what happened to me today. I took this rent check in for about 3,000 some odd dollars, $3,200 to be exact, and I said I want to cash it, and it's made out to me in my name, not my corporation name, in my name. So the first thing, and of course these guys know me. First thing they do is they say, "Well, we need to have your bank account info, or we need to have your card, your bank balance card." I'm like, I don't bank here anymore. And they all look at me like, of course you do. You've been coming in here for 7 years. No, I don't. You guys threw me out. So never join a club that doesn't want you. So anybody that would want you, you don't want to be a part of their club anyway. So I said, no, I don't bank here anymore. It's just me. And so she gets this uncomfortable look on her face, and immediately I knew what this was going to be. You turn the car off because you're going to be here for about 20 minutes. And sure enough, she goes, hold on just a minute. I'm like, if only it were a minute. So she goes and runs off to the backside of the bank. I'm at the teller window in the drive-through, and she goes into the bank somewhere. She comes back and she goes, yeah, do you have another bank somewhere else? And I go, why is that relevant to this conversation? I'm very direct with them. I said, why is that relevant to this conversation? This check was drawn. I'm cashing a check that was drawn on this bank to me. I go, why is that? Why is my banking information relevant to you guys? You severed your ties with me. We're done. We're done. You don't have the right to ask me questions as far as my banking is concerned. And she goes, well, it would be better. So listen to the phraseology here, or listen to the terminology here. It would be better if you deposited this in your check. That way you'd be able to get it faster. Excuse me? Faster than what? You handing me cash through this push out window? I'm having a problem understanding exactly what's going on here. And no, I'm not. I'm just being a smartass. But the truth of the matter is this. Let's think back to my little tirade that I did for you guys. And I talked about when I had taken out a huge amount of money out of this very bank, and how when you take cash out, you're making it real. So this is going to be kind of a little stream of thoughts. I just want to kind of put an end cap on that last video that I did. So me, you cashing other people's checks, going to banks that you don't bank at, you're making it real. They want to put you in the system and keep you there. The system is made up of not just a bank, but all banks. So it's no big thing for them to say, all right, well, we'll cash a check, or you can take that over to your bank and deposit it, and we'll just move some numbers over to their computer, and they'll move some numbers back to ours or whatever. But nobody's getting any of the green stuff. And so here we are, guys. There's been a war on change. There's been a war on this, that, and the other thing. There's a war, certainly a war on cash. Now there's a war on checks. They don't want you taking those checks out, turning them into real money. This is, as I see it, this is the last stand to keep you out of cash. It's an easy inroad and a very easy thing to put a stop to. Basically, they could say, "Well, we have a policy." Love it when they come out with the policies. It's our policy is blah blah blah. And they put some low level woman in charge of just telling you that you're supposed to just take that walk off, go okay, and just walk away. And the truth of the matter is if they don't want to cash the check, they're not going to cash the check. I'm here to tell you that right now. If somebody were to give me $100,000 check or even a $50,000 check, let's say I sold a really nice car for $50,000 and I just decide, no, I don't want to put it in bank, I just want to cash this check. They're not going to make it easy, and you may not get it done. Right now, currently, there's a window of them trying to push the envelope to see how much bullshit they can get by with. But make no mistake about it, pretty soon you're going to see what I'm describing to you wash around America and probably the world too as a new quote unquote policy where we just don't cash checks at the drive through anymore. You're going to have another bank to deposit it because really, these checks are meant to go from bank to bank. They're not real money, and they're really just a promissory note. We don't like turning it into cash because there's security and you might be trying to take the money and blow up a building or something like that. We just can't have that. So you need to establish within our system a banking relationship where we can pass some bits and bytes and some credit over to them. Okay? Okay. Have a nice day. Thank you. So the question left unanswered is, did I get my money? The answer is no, I didn't. They basically just kept repeating well, I asked them point blank questions. What's the matter? You don't have any money in there? Well, it's not that, but, and they just trail off. They don't give definitive answers. It's like, it's above my pay grade. I don't know. This is our policy, our policy, our policy, our policy. And that's exactly what they're going to keep doing. Policy. Can I see this in writing? Did I agree to this policy? I mean, by the way, I'm not banking here. I didn't agree to shit. And so, my policy is give me my goddamn money. That's my policy. Always has been, always will. And, it's sorry, guys. It really is. But I'm telling you right now, if you have, really, you need to sit down and think about how you're going to move money around your life. Because the things that you take for granted, like, I'll just cash a check or whatever, may not be as easy to do as you think. So this is just something I put out here to warn you. But my guess, if I had to kind of really put a timeline to this, I would imagine easily inside of 30 days, you're going to see all of your banks in America pulling this nonsense. So just be prepared for it, guys.